whenever you're ready. I mean, we can start the show today if you want, Leanne, or you could just wait. However you
You're
want to do
live.
it. Huh?
You're live.
Leanne, can we get a countdown or something next week? Can we get a 5, 4, 3, and something? so that so we're not getting caught off guard like this is ridiculous. We need to do
Damn.
better. We have to do better. So,
Are we using the word show too loosely?
right.
Yo.
If you guys are in the green room, I tell you, that's where you want to be at. Let's get this thing started. So welcome back to another edition of Nothing But
Answers.
a place to come to get all the answers that you want. Listen, we've shown over this last year or so that we have all the answers. You come to us, we're going to lead you in a direction. Didn't say right direction. I said lead you in a direction. We're going to lead you somewhere. Where we end up is totally on you. Listen, use your discernment when we're giving you the answers. That's what I'm saying.
Right. But it will
Go
be an
ahead.
answer.
And listen, so look, let's introduce the crew today. Vaughn, how you doing?
I'm doing all right, man. I'm doing pretty good.
Doing good. Any how was your week?
It was good. It was good, man. Real good week. And no problems.
A lot of words and said nothing. Thanks. This is
Yes,
great.
exactly. Hey.
Great. Doc, what is going on? How was your week?
My week was very good. Very good. I found out some things
Okay.
and more just like things about taking care of yourself better. You know?
Okay.
So I'm
Okay.
trying to do a little better. I'm wearing my blue light glasses when I'm on the computer for
Okay.
a long period of time. And it's so crazy. I just started drinking coffee at this big age.
Okay.
And I didn't know that. I mean, I figured I drink tea, so I know tea and stuff like that can stain your teeth. I went to take a selfie one day this week, and I was like, "Whose teeth are those?"
Yes.
Like, oh no, this cannot work. I am known for my sparkly smile.
Right. So
Like, So I was looking at how to, if I'm going to drink coffee, I want to, still treat my body right,
right.
So I learned
Use
some
a,
things,
use
drink
a
it through a
straw.
straw
Some people use a
so it
straw,
doesn't touch your teeth.
or
Brush your teeth within 30 minutes afterwards,
just
those
just
kinds
pour
of
it in.
things.
Just pour it in your mouth. Just bypass the teeth.
Yes. Oh my
Yeah.
God.
It's crazy. It's crazy. But that's a good tip,
Mhm.
guys. So what made you start drinking coffee?
I don't know. I've always liked the smell of it. And I would drink it every now and then, usually like if I was at a conference or something. So I would drink it now and then. I would do macchiatos at Starbucks and stuff like that. And now it's more regular though. It's like maybe 2 or 3 times a week when I'm in office.
Okay.
Yeah. So it's not every day.
Mhm.
But still, that couple of times a week made a big difference.
Right. Okay. Wow, that was loud. And my fault.
So if you drink coffee, do a check. Do
Right.
a check.
If your teeth start looking like a paper bag from acne, there may be a problem.
For real. How you doing, Lee? He's distracted.
Yes. Sorry. How you doing, Lee?
I'm doing well. Long week, but made it through and
That's
ready
good.
to enjoy this weekend.
Okay.
What you doing this weekend that you enjoying?
Solitude.
Mm.
That's always nice.
All right.
He said, all right. Well.
So my week was great.
Oh, how was your week, Daryl?
Thank you, Vaughn. I had a very nice week. Got some
Great.
fishing in. It was nice fishing weather.
What'd you catch?
Took the boat out. I caught a nice breeze.
A breeze.
So I'm trying to work less and
Mm-hmm.
Less than you already work. Wait a minute.
I'm trying to work less and no stress. That's the that's what we're trying to do here. So yeah.
Wow.
So that's what it is. But let's get into it. Ruth is not here. She will be missed. Hope she has fun at the dance recital tonight. Her son has a dance company, and they're putting on a show tonight. So hold on, break a leg, all that stuff.
Yes,
Put
yes.
syrup on pancakes.
All
Whatever you say
right.
yeah, whatever you say. Put syrup on pancakes. Whatever you guys say to do your thing. Hey, Leanne, do we got a letter?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, we do.
Let's see if we have let's see if we can help whoever this person is, whomever this may be.
Whew. Okay. I recently received the inheritance from my late mother who passed away
My
a few
condolences.
months ago. Huh?
My
Our
condolences.
condolences.
Oh, okay. A few months ago, my mother was my only parent growing up, as my father left when I was a baby. Years later, he remarried, had two other children, and we had very minimal contact. I only met my half siblings a few times, and while they seemed nice enough, we never formed a close relationship. My mother left everything to me in her will. She didn't have a relationship with my father or his family, and felt strongly about her estate staying with me. Since I'm her only child, it didn't seem surprising. The inheritance is enough to help me buy a house and pay off some student debt, which
Loan forgiveness.
which would take a huge weight off my shoulders. Now my father has reached out asking me to share the inheritance with my half siblings as they are struggling financially.
What?
He says that since we're all family, it would be
Sorry. Sorry.
it would be the right thing to do. When I explain that my mother estate was intended solely for me, he accused me of being selfish and said my half siblings deserve support too. Some relatives agree with me, says my mother's wishes should be honored. Others think that I'm being cold-hearted for not wanting to help my half siblings. I feel torn, but at the same time, this is what my mother wanted. What should I do?
Uh I'd figure it out in my new house and without my college debt. I figured out what I
They,
would do.
but they wasn't even tight or raised together like family at all, right? These are like strangers.
Mm-hmm.
Y'all not
Yeah,
y'all not connected. They and on top of that, they did not pursue a relationship with her at all,
Mm-hmm.
correct.
right? Uh,
Wait. The half brothers and sisters are on the father's side. What they got
on
to do
the
with the mom?
father's side, right?
What they
Right.
got
And
to do
they're
with the
trying
mom?
to get
What are
the
we talking about
mother's
here?
money, right?
Right.
That I don't know what you're talking about. That's not her kids. She ain't got nothing to do with them.
Mm.
Tell them to ask their mom for money.
If they had a
I know that's
mm,
right. I
mm,
say be okay with people not liking you.
cry
Listen,
cry about it in the jag.
Be okay with that. With them not, whatever their opinion is, be okay with their opinion and keep it moving.
I would tell her I don't. I would tell him I don't really listen to broke opinions.
Mm. So now I have half brothers, half sisters. I guess that's what you call it. But I'm tight with everybody. you know, I grew up. A lot of people don't know my brothers that I grew up with. We have a different father. We have the same mother, so we're tight. And then my brothers and sisters on my biological father's side, I keep contact with all of them. Like, so the relationship, I have relationships there. If you have a relationship with people, and I kind of understand, you know, maybe helping them out, but if you have no relationship,
Sorry.
mm-mm. You say that now.
Hey, listen, that's not your mom. That's not their mom.
But that's what I
I don't.
said. If it's different relationship, because
Just because we're cool, don't mean I'm gonna break you off something my mom left me.
you're cool. The dad, first of all, the dad is out of pocket because
Yeah.
they don't have
Yeah.
no relationship. What I'm
Yes.
saying is if it was a different, if y'all grew up together or y'all were like family, like y'all really were like family, if you
Listen,
decided to help your siblings, you could.
no, I mean you could, and if you decide to help the neighbor, you could too. But no, what I'm saying is that you can help what you want, but this in no way do you have to break any bread with anybody.
You don't have to do nothing.
Right. So him asking, and I don't care how close we are, even we're close. I'm close to a lot of people. You don't have to do anything for them either. This is
Right.
something your
He
mother left
making
you. Your
yeah,
mother
he
left you
making it
something.
sound like that. He making it sound like she gotta do something, and she don't
Mhm.
have to do anything at all. Agreed.
Right. Right.
Mhm.
Even asking whomever to do it to me is weird. You left. You weren't around me growing up either. You left us. You remarried. So I don't
And
understand why you think you would get anything anyway.
he taking
Or
care, and they took care of that side over there, right? And they had nothing and left her. Right. He left her to fend for herself, right?
right,
Mhm.
right.
Mhm.
And
It's a
he
whole
it
different
looks like he
ballgame.
raised these other kids, like he was in their lives because they know him as dad because he married the new woman. So again, can he get back that time I missed? Can he want to pay for the time I missed that he wasn't here? Okay, I called even. We broke even. We're good.
Mm.
I would say I don't care about you and your broke children anyway. I mean, I would say. Or I would tell him, how about he die and then we can split it up between us. I mean, I have answers. I have all the answers. If he died,
Like,
then we can all split it up between all the
when
brothers.
you die, we can split up. I'll split some stuff with them.
We can. I definitely split it up with them when you die.
Yeah.
Sound like so? If you really want to split money up, go kill yourself.
Mm.
No, you don't want to do that. You don't want to end. You don't want to end it. Okay, well then leave me alone. I'm gonna end this conversation.
Mhm.
And I got enough money. I'm gonna change my phone number so you ain't gonna never have to talk to me again.
And it's deep how, some people actually feel guilty about making these kinds of decisions that are best for them.
Or their children, right? He said,
Yeah.
"Take care of my children."
Right.
That's like that. Like you're still telling me to look out for your kids, and you don't look out for me. How
Mhm.
wild is that?
The fact he never dealt with that young lady. He left her to struggle on her own.
Mhm.
She had to make her own way through college and everything. And then y'all don't have a relationship with her. Y'all did all of that, and then you gonna ask her to do something?
Mhm.
Listen, I don't care
Mhm.
if they were best father-daughter tandem in the world. When the mother died, that has nothing to do with them other kids because they have nothing to do with the mom. He's married in a new situation. There's no way. I don't care what their relationship was. I think it's wild for you to ask your kid for some money anyway. That's bugged out on just from rip, right?
Mhm.
But asking money from her mother who died and left it to her is even more wild. Like, what kind of person are you to even think that that's something you should ask? Hey, I know your
Yeah.
mom just died, but you trying to split that up because you have brothers and sisters that you don't really know. I don't really know you either, but
That is wild.
that's wow. Like, what kind of the thought process behind that is insane to me.
But we already know dad is. I was getting ready to use
He
a
ain't dad
clinical
really.
term, POS, We already know that because he just
Yo,
strolled
really.
off and not even took care of her.
Right.
He just strolled off to another family.
Right. Just stay over there.
Mhm.
Really, just stay over there. Not. Hey, listen. I'm sorry to hear about your mom died. Do you need anything? I know I ain't been there.
Right.
If you need anything, I'm here for you. I know it's tough.
Mhm. Yes.
He came out with it. He came there like, yeah, I know your mom died. Got his hand out.
Mm-mm-mm.
That's
That
wild.
says a lot about him.
It does.
Mhm.
And it's crazy because it seemed like maybe he had a new family, kind of got together a little bit, and I guess he doesn't. Or he only cares about the new family because he definitely don't care about you. Showing
At
you
all.
again, I could care less about you and your dead mom.
Mhm. And that happens too often.
Mm, I believe it. I know funerals usually do bring out the worst in families, especially if they think there's some money around.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, it definitely does. It can get real crazy. But
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
money can
You
bring
would
out.
think it only happens when people aren't used to having something and then they get that big insurance policy money. But it happens with people who even got money.
Right.
It's just crazy.
It definitely is. That's wild. Speaking of crazy, tonight's topic.
Man,
How we got into that? Um,
what's wrong with this
Talk
dude?
about daddy.
yeah, we're talking about daddies and maybe who's your daddy.
Yeah.
We're gonna talk about the paternity issues. Like paternity issues
Mm-hmm.
it has really started to become a big thing.
Yup.
We start seeing that it's a lot of people who. I mean, this has always been something. Mario was one of the top shows out.
Right.
Yes.
You are not the father. You know what I mean? You have your dance ways. You're not the father. I told you it ain't mine. She run
Right.
back.
While
and
she
jump on the
running
couch.
off the stage.
Mhm. That baby got little ears, Maury. Look at my ears.
Right.
Look at that baby ears, Maury. Look at my nose, man.
Yo,
He
never
got
got
his
old.
eyebrows. You see
Right,
his eyebrows?
Maury, that baby ain't walked till he was 4 years old, Maury. You know we runners around here, Maury. Nah. Listen.
Oh man, it's
Mhm.
some states have started implementing mandatory paternity tests.
I wish they would have did that.
No,
Oh, they
actually,
are.
no, not as of yet.
Hmm.
Are you
So they talking about it.
sure?
It's yeah, I'm looking at the
The thing?
articles and everyone says no state or federal law in the United States require DNA testing to establish paternity. Instead, all states have voluntary acknowledgement of paternity programs that allow non-maternal fathers to establish paternity without genetic testing.
Mm.
Hmm. But it can be required if there's some type of court proceedings already involved, is
Yeah.
what
Yes.
I'm understanding.
Yeah.
Okay.
So if there's a
'Cause I know certain entities can require that.
Yeah, so that's what in Georgia, paternity testing is mandatory in all new child support cases
Mhm.
where paternity has not been
Mhm.
established.
if you go to court for child support, they'll ask you, do you want to take a DNA test?
Okay.
And you have to do it then, or you have the opportunity of doing it then.
Right.
Okay.
You know, I had a 2 with a punt possible. I had to go take.
Did you say two and a possible? Like
I
a
said
spring-
2.
like
I said
a
2.
spring play?
I said 2 with a punt possible. Like, I actually it was
Spades game.
it was wild. It was wild
Oh my goodness.
because
How does that happen, boy?
man. So late one night,
When two people like each other.
Yeah, late one night in 2010. It, it- and it was wild. I had to, go through the whole process, and even years later, like it was like I might still need to take another test because it came back that she wasn't mine. She looked so much like me and my kids. It was
Oh
freaky,
wow.
freaky.
Well, do you and
And
mom look alike?
the who? No, she Mexican and some
Oh.
of that Kardashian in her
Oh, okay.
and Puerto Rican.
Oh
I
wow.
told you, that's what I gave these light skinned girls. Y'all, they dangerous. I gave them up like cigarettes. Just put them over there. I don't even touch them. So
Baby
my
loosen that.
What?
baby loose neck.
The baby's neck is loose, maybe. I don't know. I don't know what that
I don't
means.
Yeah,
know.
you see that Martin was
Um,
talking about him.
Hmm.
oh, really? I don't know what that means. What you got for us, Leanne?
All
This is
right.
this is but it's really becoming
Do you guys think that paternity testing should be mandatory
Yes,
for all
yes,
boys baby born? Okay.
yes.
at this point, especially after when that DNA and me stuff
The
started going
23
around.
and me
Yeah,
telling on everybody.
it really started to you really started to see that people weren't peoples. That's
Hmm.
not your peoples. You know,
Mhm.
you found out who you connected to and who you weren't connected to was the person upstairs in the room that's calling you dad. Um, we started to see that this is happening more and more and more. So I
Recent
definitely
videos,
feel like we definitely should. Go ahead, Lan.
Hmm.
a man left a comment asking me what are some of the craziest laws
What happened?
You muted it.
You
You
muted
turned
it.
it all the way
Oh,
down. Yeah, thanks.
in family law. I really had around the
Okay.
fact that Texas has like three categories of
my
fathers:
bad.
an adjudicated father, a presumed father,
I'm
That
gonna just back it up
as
a little
a
bit.
law attorney. I actually have a few, so
Because you
fathers
like
grab a
backing it
stack
up.
buckle. When I first started practicing family law, I really had to get a good grasp and get my mind around the fact that Texas has like three categories of fathers: an adjudicated father, a presumed father, and an acknowledged father. An adjudicated father usually happens when the court orders that a man take a DNA test, that test results show that he is the father of the child, and then the court actually legally adjudicates this man as this child's legal parent. An acknowledged father is a male who voluntarily signs an acknowledgement of paternity, basically going to show that he is the father of this child. And that document is a legal document, gets filed with the vital statistics unit. And this usually happens when the couple isn't married. Last but not least, a presumed father, which is the one that causes all the trouble. First and foremost, you must understand that a presumed father is automatically the legal father of this child. It comes with all rights and duties as a parent and also all responsibilities. Let's talk about how you can become a presumed father. Being married to the mother, a child born of a marriage automatically makes the husband the presumed father. Or if the child was born before the 301st day after the marriage ended, and the marriage could have ended by divorce, annulment, or death, or he marries the woman after she gives birth to the child and does these things. He signed an acknowledgement of paternity and is on the child's birth certificate, or he promised on a record to support the child as if it's his own, or for the first 2 years of that child's life, he lived with the child and held the child out as his own. This presumed father stuff gets people caught up all the time. The main issue that I usually see is couples who are married but separate but never get a divorce, and they've been living separate lives, and wife gets pregnant by her boyfriend, and guess what? Husband is on the hook for this baby. He's automatically the legal father. Her boyfriend can't even sign the birth certificate, and she ain't seen a husband in 6 years. If husband wants to get off the hook for this baby for his wife he ain't seen in 6 years, this is the best possible scenario of how this could go. Husband should hire an attorney, so now he got to spend money behind this, and then they would file a denial of paternity. But the denial of paternity only is valid if wife's boyfriend signs an acknowledgement of paternity, becoming the child's acknowledged father, or he goes to court, does the DNA test, then becoming the adjudicated father. But that's best case scenario. Let's say wife don't know who her baby daddy is because she been around town having fun. simply put husbands on the hook, because the only way to unhook himself is to file a denial of paternity and bring forth a man who's going to be this child's legal father by way of acknowledgement of paternity or DNA test and becoming adjudicated.
Yeah,
If he
Texas
can't
is
produce
crazy.
another man to do this, husband's on the hook as the father, and
Hmm.
then wife can put.
So with this one, it's kind of interesting. Texas also, when I found out, they had, they're one of the states where you can actually sue for paternity. They call it paternity fraud, right?
Oh,
So
that's good.
Okay.
yeah, they said a man who has been a victim of paternity fraud can file a petition to disestablish his paternity for one, which would terminate his parental rights and child support. He can also bring a civil action against for paternity fraud against the mother to receive any damages he did back, to recoup anything he put out. So Texas does allow you to. Now the problem with that is you have to prove that they knew that
Right.
the father that they were lying, like they were putting it on you, and that could be tough because
Yeah.
if you had sex with them around the time, then they can say, "Well, I thought it was you." So it's
Well,
still
what
up
if mom and boyfriend are just scammers and want to get child support from the husband, and the boyfriend
You take
doesn't sign the birth certificate or whatever, how they said it could go? Husband is on the hook anyway if the boyfriend doesn't come forward and say, "Hey, I'm the dad."
that's when you
but,
take
but
her
you can
hiking.
establish paternity, right? You just go
That's
get a
when you
little
take
test.
her what?
That's when you take her hiking or
Vaughn's
fishing.
thoughts are Vaughn's thoughts alone. Nothing but answers do not
Yes,
condone.
can we put the ticker on?
No, I said hiking. You
Yeah,
know,
we're
a
just
long
saying,
talk.
whatever hiking means, that's a Vaughn thought alone. Does not reflect the thoughts
What?
of nothing but answers. Vaughn, can you put your socials out there for them so they can they know who to write? No,
Get
But
right,
you
right in
know,
the
there are
comments.
people out there who are just,
Right.
looking for a way to abdicate their responsibilities.
Yeah.
Or just you feel like this person is better than this person. So I'm going to put the
Yes,
baby on the
that,
one
yeah.
that's going to be here, the one that's proven, that one that has a job, the one that's doing well. You may do that. You may choose up. You're going to choose to go the route you want to go. But that's very interesting that at least Texas allows you to do something. A lot of states, it's on you.
You just
Once you sign that birth certificate, it doesn't say that you're the biological father of the child. It says you're taking responsibility for the child. So
And I've
even if
seen lots of young men that just sign the birth certificate, even though they may have a question in the back of their mind about the woman's I don't even know what to call it.
her
Truthfulness. Truthfulness.
her ability not to be for the streets. And I think sometimes your ego doesn't want to let you believe, or
a
even though
chastity.
that little thing in your head is telling you something wrong, you don't want to believe it. Or it's just too much hassle to go through that, and it end up to be nothing. And now she's like, "You thought I was," and so it definitely is a catch-22. Either way, it could be a very traumatic experience for the relationship, because if it turns out that it's not yours, and even if it turns out it is yours, now she's like, I can't believe that you would think that I would be outside like that, even though I was cheating on my boyfriend when you met me.
Right?
I was cheating with you.
Right. How dare you think I would cheat? So I think some stats, and I don't know, it was many different stats, but they said about 11% of fathers found out they weren't the biological. They were actually raising children.
They weren't theirs.
They weren't the biological fathers of. So 11% of fathers.
I seen one video where it's a guy that they have the DNA system. They work. I guess they have those mobile DNA units or whatever, and they're saying that it's like it's closer to 30% of people that are when they're grown and they're taking these DNA tests, they're finding out who they thought was their parent.
are not.
Yes.
Mhm.
Yeah.
They're
Uh-huh.
finding-
Exactly.
Mm-hmm.
You are not.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and I was going to say that, Vaughn. It's more traumatic if something happens in the relationship and you're mad now, and now you want to get tested, but the kids are 7, 8, 10 years old.
Mhm.
What
You
about
know,
if
it's
they
more
20,
traumatic for the
24?
children. Oh
What about
yeah.
Well,
I
again,
want my money back.
well,
I'm gonna need my investment back.
well, you can't. I mean, you establish in a lot of states. You establish a way of life, and now you had
Under
to keep
false
that.
pretenses. That's
No,
called
so
scamming.
there's not it. No, well, the false pretenses are your own because you had a
No.
chance to. Yes, you did. You could have at any time fought that. So since you
Not
didn't
if you
step
had
up
no
and take
idea.
care of you, that's like you're saying I didn't wear my seatbelt. I got a car accident. No, if you didn't take care of you by saying, you know what, I should have done this I should have did this in the beginning. Since you didn't do it, that falls on you. That's what
But
a lot of states say.
if you had no clue, did you see the one dude, the guy
Hey,
that ended
listen.
up killing the girl?
Hey,
He had 5
she's not
kids.
yours. She's not
He had-
yours.
He had 5 kids that he
Oh,
was
yeah.
raising. That this was his wife.
Hey, love and trust.
Hey, what's up?
Yeah, but listen, she ain't yours. There you go. You believe in she's yours. That's your hubris. It's just your turn. And obviously, somebody had to turn to work. The dude who worked with her was getting her
You
pregnant,
know
right?
what?
Vaughn. And the one you're talking about, the dude that worked was getting her pregnant.
Was it?
Yeah,
Yeah,
it
they
was
all
the guy
turned
at
out.
work
Yeah,
She had 5 babies.
and they were all
That's
his.
crazy.
You know what I mean?
Wow.
And they were all, and they came out. They were older when they came out.
Hmm.
So
So
but
is
again,
that being naive on his part, or is it that he really trusted?
He trusted
thought
his
this
woman.
Yeah.
can't they both be the truth?
Hmm.
Right? I think
It's only naive. It's naive because it turned out bad. That's what
Mm.
made it naive. If it never turned out bad, then he was just playing his part and doing what he was supposed to do in a family environment or in a family setting.
if
That's
he'd
what it's
have
supposed to be.
chose the first time and seen what time it was, maybe that would have set the tone.
What would make you do that if you don't have no reason to, or you didn't
Well,
think you had a reason to?
obviously, you always have a reason to check.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean,
I-
obviously, he had 5 reasons to. He missed 5 reasons. You know what I mean? So again, and it's tough because I can't remember what her job was. I just know that it definitely was something that was happening.
It's something happened with the kid.
Yes,
or something.
the dad
And-
had to give the kid something like they needed
Right,
something.
a transfusion or something like
Yeah.
that, and that's how they found out about
Yes.
it.
And then they started testing the rest of the kids as well. Like, well, if this
Wow.
ain't mine, let me test little Johnny. Oh, not Barbara too. Oh, like all 5 kids, weren't his. So again, I think that the problem is we feel like we're disrespecting our mate by asking them to do it, right? Like, because like I said, what do you think I am?
Mm-hmm.
A human. You got mad at me one night. Who knows what you might do? So I don't think it's the worst thing in the world. I think we should make it more normal. Especially in some of these relationships where you get pregnant in the beginning, the first year, a couple months,
The
whatever.
first 48. The first 48.
Listen, if you're getting pregnant in the first 48,
I know my body.
I do too. I do too. Hey, if you do it in 48 hours, then a lot of other people do it in 48 hours. That's all I'm saying.
I'm good.
So I don't think it hurts anybody to accept your feelings if it comes out to be true. It's not yours.
I guess.
Would you be offended he asked you for a paternity test?
I would say yes, because it shows that he doesn't trust me. Because I feel like at that stage in marriage, it's like, if you don't trust me, then you shouldn't be with me.
Yeah, I'd be offended. And I think it would break something for sure. I'm not saying I wouldn't do it, but that I think that there are other issues. Like there is something to talk about. But yeah,
So would
I'd
you
be
refuse
offended.
the paternity test?
No, I said I'm not sure I would refuse it, but I think it would break something because the trust is.
Would you refuse it?
I would do it.
You would
Just
do
to
it,
show proof.
but it would destroy your trust, right?
Yes.
Okay. Would you do a paternity test?
I would, but I would be upset that he doesn't trust me.
You'd be upset?
Yeah.
Okay, what about you?
Yeah, I'd do it.
Would you be upset at all?
That's how I feel
Honestly,
about my
think
phone
about it, not
password.
really.
Mhm.
Just because at that stage, I know if I know my partner well and he's like a little bit anxious as a person, I'm just like, okay, you know what? Just to give you peace of mind, here we'll do it.
Mhm.
And then if he gets his answer and he's like, oh, thank the Lord.
Thanks the Lord, my girl's not for the street.
I wonder how many of those women said they do it just because the other women said they do it. They don't want to be the eyeballs out.
So listen, I agree. That's how I feel about my phone passcode.
What?
I don't think I should give it up because you should trust me. I did the same thing. Why don't you trust me? you should know me by now. All the things they said are the same reasons why you shouldn't ask me about my phone. So again, I guess, and that goes to a woman's ego, but hopefully they understand that, like I said, when we say no to giving the phone passcode, it's no different than me asking you to do a paternity test.
What?
They're the same. Oh, the answer the same. You should trust me,
Oh
you
my
should know
God.
me. At this point in the relationship, you're here now. You know, that's what it should be. That's what it definitely should be. But it's interesting because I think a woman's ego would be bruised by him asking, right? Or would it be her feelings? What would it be that would make it feel?
I think her feelings would be hurt.
Yep. That a relationship is over. The minute you say I want to patern, it's over.
Why can you not?
And it shouldn't be, but
Because
it's that interpretation of what you think about me when you ask that question.
That's
I hit it the first night. I know you.
Oh, okay. And but you hit it raw. So
listen, yes,
I thought you
didn't
trusted.
even ask for a condom. Like we were out here just living dangerously.
Well,
so I'm not saying anything about you, and I'm not saying anything about you, and I'm not saying something about you. I'm just saying let's just check it out, just to be sure, you know.
Yeah,
I like what the one girl said though. Like if you have a partner who's a little bit anxious,
right?
You know, you show some empathy and be like, okay, let me just to give you some peace of mind.
Right.
We'll do this.
Because you gave that piece of butt up so quickly. I mean,
See, I think that's the problem. I think we would have to normalize it that no matter how long you've been together, how many times you had sex, or you just get it done. That way, those ideas won't come
and if they're Christian, you could be like, listen, I don't know if you got Jesus in there. Yeah, I don't know if you have Jesus in there, so let's just test to make sure it's mine. Because God could have put a baby in there. You never know.
That's disrespectful, but no. There's no way there's no way that I'm gonna be with someone that I gotta ask to get a paternity test. Because if I'm not going, that's why I'm single. I can't do it. I can't do it.
I don't know about. So I don't mean what do you mean? There's no way that.
There's no way. There's no way that I would being that I went through it once. I would never put myself in a situation with somebody where I couldn't trust them, or I didn't think that being with them it would be unsafe. Hey, child support to kill you. Child support to kill you. Second, you catch anything.
Fellas, please don't be on the Vaughn plan.
Listen, stop.
You cannot
don't even try it.
Just because you're with them, don't you can trust them.
Don't even do it. Don't even do it. So
don't mean you can trust them.
Listen, go through life. Don't trust nobody. Okay, get it. Trust people for who they are.
Right.
So if you got a hoe, then trust her to be a hoe. But if you got a woman that you've met her family, you've been around, you like she raised right.
Women have family, hoes don't. Got it.
I said if you've been around a woman and you've met her family, And
Did
you
you see
got
The
to
Best
see
Man?
that she was raised, right.
Have you ever seen The Best Man?
Yeah, I seen The Best Man.
Mia was perfect.
Right.
And Tay Diggs got that thing.
Right. And he
She had
got
that
it.
one
Wait,
indiscretion.
wait. And she had that one indiscretion because Bull was out there wilding the whole time, right?
So she had a reason. So that means
So-
anybody can have a reason to do anything.
So-
I'm not saying a person's bad because they step out. Like, I mean, they're inherently a bad or they're outside. You don't know what could happen. So
Trust
I'm
them
just
to
going
be
to
them.
I'm going to check just to make sure. You know what I
Cool.
mean?
So
Just to
if
make
I
sure.
got to check, and
Now,
I'm
is
with,
that
I
new?
understand.
Or you always felt that way, D?
No, this is new. With seeing how many people out here are
Got you.
coming up to not be
Agreed.
this child is not yours or things of
Mm.
that nature. I think it's something that again we should normalize it.
First off, don't be shooting up the club. That's
Mm.
first and foremost.
Why have
Stop.
sex?
You know
See?
what?
Now,
Oh my
that's
God.
what it is. This dude
Oh my
is no
God.
good. This dude, active shooter in the building.
Right?
We have an active shooter on the premises.
When you hear that,
You know
going
what it
down.
is.
Everybody in the club getting it.
This is what it is, man. See, now you sound like my boy, man. My other boy said that. I'm like, bro, I get it, but
Listen,
you gonna
I'm like Tracy
don't
Morgan.
do that.
If it ain't worth dying for, don't do it.
Oh my God. I would have.
So if you with some joint that you like, I wouldn't mind dying for her. Don't do it. You know what I mean? The problem is we shouldn't be doing with every and anybody. We should be doing it with that special body.
See, now you see it. Wait, stop. You
Mm-hmm.
see him like backtrack. Now you got to
I'm not backtracking. I said I'm still listen, she's still gonna get tested. What do you mean? Even though she's special gonna get this test.
Now we got to get with somebody special. You trust her down if she's special?
If I have sex with you, I'm trusting you enough to put my penis in you. This is my
Raw
most valuable
dog.
treasure.
Raw dog.
This
Right,
is my
raw
most
dog.
valuable treasure. Raw dog.
Maria Hardy says, "Hi, everyone."
Hey, Maria.
Hi.
Maria, raw dog or not? Just let us know. We're here right now.
Oh my God.
Ain't nobody at this point in the game. What do you do?
Yeah,
I mean,
you're right.
Hey, if you're young out there wild in the streets, take sex. Please cover it up. 'Cause
Please.
AIDS and things are on the rise. If you knew her for one night, and she's gonna
Everything's
give it
on
to
the
you.
rise.
Yeah, listen, everything's on the rise. If you knew her for one night, she's gonna give it to you. Both of you guys are fools. Wrap your whole body in
Yo,
something.
but
you know,
you never keep a cat if it lets you catch it. Take that to heart. If you can catch it, don't keep it.
not that easy. If you catch cat easy,
Let it go.
You gonna catch something.
It got something for you.
If she's giving it away, she's giving. I'm letting you know. Don't think you're special. That's for men. Don't think you're special. Don't think she's giving it to you because you're so hot, because you're not.
So Darren, let me ask you: is it? I know with the youngins, I already get that. Like how Doc said, with someone older. So if you were to get somebody,
if she
knocked
went to menopause
now, and she was over 40, you still shooting them down like that? Darren?
No. Yeah, if she's through menopause, we there. We there. There ain't no baby
Maria
coming out of that
says,
thing.
"Wow."
If we got powder eggs in there, we're shooting that club up for sure.
You said powder eggs. Yo.
Oh my goodness.
Yo, man, I think my dad is watching this. He's definitely gonna text me. Like, boy, I ain't reading you like this.
If you get a woman to say, "Oh my God, these flashes are hot,"
Ding dong.
club getting shot up.
There's no risk in that right there.
Ain't no risk.
What?
No, honestly,
There's still some risk. You know,
if it ain't worth dying for,
STDs be real prevalent in the senior citizen homes.
We ain't seen
so
that.
just before senior citizen home, fellas, when they go to the home, you gotta leave them alone.
Leave them alone. You go to the home, leave them alone.
Oh
Ain't no
my
age-
goodness.
Ain't no ageism over here. You can't be ageism. They all got to get some.
You got to be careful though, because black women be getting pregnant at like 48, 49,
Mhm.
50.
So
And
I think Doc was saying that some women who thought they were menopause were ending up pregnant. So they tricked you with the menopause. You like this, and then all of a sudden they
lie.
have a baby, and then
they lying again, Daryl.
yeah,
They lying again.
it's not that they're lying; that they just don't know that they. Now you feel some type of way because they didn't know. They thought they were menopause, and they weren't.
I'm in 75 with a 20-year-old.
Yeah, now you're starting over. You got a 2-year-old at 80.
Mm-hmm.
Not gonna work. Everybody sleep. Baby in there taking care of herself. 1 year old.
Everybody in diapers. Everybody in diapers.
The whole house.
Yo, that's hilarious and not funny at the same time. We do not condone ageism around here.
Listen, I'm gonna clown you. I told
Everybody
you.
come to the changing room.
Listen,
and you up on the table. Dad, get down. My turn.
Right.
Oh my gosh.
No, but safe sex is the best sex. Listen,
Yes.
safe sex, please. Whatever you do, make sure it's safe. I just usually lock the door and have a gun by the bed, so I'm safe. Whatever you do to keep yourself safe, I say go for it.
Go for it. After the stories you told last week, bro.
The disease is high. Disease is high. It is really everything's at all time high right now. Everything. So just be careful whatever you do. You know, I would say try to vet people out, talk to them more, and
yes,
let them know early that you're gonna need a paternity test when you have a child. And it's not that you think. Well, I guess you do think something.
You do think something.
I guess you do. So, are you thinking something, or are you just trying to?
Yeah.
Wow. Yeah. I wonder what the mind thought behind that is. Like, what are you thinking? Are you thinking she may have cheated? Because you got to think that, right, to do it.
I would think if you're in a marriage, yes. Now, if you're just seeing someone, maybe it's just a precaution, something you do because you're not
in a committed
monogamous with the person.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, what if you're in a committed relationship where you're supposed to be monogamous? It's 6 months in, 7 months in, and you ask her that.
Well,
or
7
y'all
months
been
in,
together, or longer. Let's take it longer because 7 months ain't
Yeah, let's say 2 years. You're with this
2
person.
years. Great.
She gets pregnant. At this point, I think so. The study I'm reading right here, it's an American Association of Blood Banks reported that each year about 28% of men tested for paternity are not the biological fathers of their child.
A lot of hiking.
Again. Vaughn's thoughts are purely his thoughts.
Those are meditation walks.
No, but I'm saying I think at this point, I would ask.
Yeah.
And I know it kind of sounds disrespectful, but you asked me for my phone code. That's disrespectful. You asked me who Sheila is.
Who asked for a phone code though?
You asked me who Sheila is.
But you can do it.
That's different.
You can do
You
the
asked me
test
why I got
without
cologne
mom.
on. That's disrespectful. We asked a lot of
wait, what?
Cologne on. You got cologne all of a sudden.
Yep.
You got a new cologne. Where you get that new cologne? I don't know. You ain't never wear that before.
Where you get?
Why
you
you
got
going
new
to the
draws?
gym all the
Why you
time?
got new draws?
Oh my God.
That is a real one. Why you got new draws? The old ones is done.
Right. So I think we ask a lot of disrespectful questions, but
you can get the test at your drugstore and don't need the mom.
Really? Tell me more, Vaughn. Fellas, keep game.
You can go and take the test without the mother, either parent. You just need to have you have to swab their mouth or have their hair root, and you can send it in that way. And you can find out. It usually takes like 48 hours. Mine came back. Boom! You are not the father. And then I said, let's go on down to the county.
Are these tests creditable?
Yes, they are.
Would they hold up in court?
Yes, and I
How
and I
did
also
you?
went. Go ahead.
I was going to ask, how did you bring that up after you found out?
So this is where the
Was that a
hell.
walk, a
This is where
hike?
it was a hike starting. It was, but this is why I asked because she had broke up with boy, and within 3 months, 3 or 4 months, it was like I think I might. So that was one where it had to be the question had to be asked,
Mm-hmm.
and so it was wild. When
Mm.
I took it, it was drama. No doubt, it was drama because when she first told me for like 3 days, I ain't talked to her.
Mm.
Like my gut ain't feel right about it. So, but that was who I was with. Went through the whole situation. It was just hell. And then when the
Mm.
girl, I didn't even know. I knew the night she was born, but nobody called me. Like I kind of feel it. And then found out the baby was born. It was all this craziness going on, and I didn't see the baby. When I finally saw her, it was like a month later because we was beefing, and she looked a lot like me. I tried to put the picture to show y'all, but it won't let me do it. Um,
Mm.
and it was just different.
Send it to me on.
Oh, the joint.
Yeah, I can get it up.
Daryl, don't start nothing, man. I can't. I've been
No.
out of court for 5 years, bro. I am not trying. I haven't been locked up since 2018. I'm doing good. So,
Don't let Daryl get you caught up.
Don't
and
go
he gonna
chasing
laugh
it.
like, don't shoot the club up. I'm trying to tell this
Mm.
dude, man. He don't. Go ahead. What you got, Lee?
It's
Where
not
y'all go?
letting me.
It's not playing.
Can you mute it? All right. I can't see it over here.
Oh, he's
Says
holding that little
so.
baby.
Paternity test came back, and Callie is 100% mine. But the test for our 15 and 6-year-old said I am not the father. Now my wife telling me to stop living in the past.
Oh.
See,
Wow.
meditation walks. We need to work
Mm.
this out.
See, this is like ID channel type stuff. You know,
Mm-hmm.
snapped. Because it can be very. The betrayal is really the issue, right? I don't think
Mm-hmm.
it's
Yeah.
not the kids as much; it's the betrayal.
Mm.
A lot of times you see the people like, "I'm still your dad.
Yes.
I'm still
Yes.
going to be here," right?
Mm-hmm.
But it's the betrayal, and then I think the kid would have a lot of questions now.
Mm-hmm.
Who am I? You know what I mean?
That's dark.
I don't know who my father is. What do they look like? What's their
Mm-hmm.
ethnicity? What is their background? What all these things come into play now.
Mm-hmm.
But
Damn.
that could be very
Yeah.
crazy.
And when you find out, do you tell the kid, a 15-year-old and a 6-year-old, and you're married to mom? Do you sit them down and say, "Look, I'm not your dad. I'm not your
So
biological father"?
that's one of them things that are tough because I think it's going to come up.
It's gonna come up.
And do you want the kids to hate everybody?
Or
Mm-hmm.
what if the mom get upset and blurt that out?
Well,
It's happened.
she's hidden it for 15 years. She's not gonna say anything. We
Oh
have to
no.
worry about you getting upset and blurting it out.
Nah, I've seen it happen where something's come up or something went down, but it's not your kids anyway because they were mad.
Yep. And you be like,
I've seen that happen.
whoa. Yep. I've seen it. I've seen it. I mean,
Okay, well let's just move into it. Like again,
mhm.
so now a big thing they're talking about too, because Vaughn keeps talking about shooting the club up. They keep,
No.
they keep asking men to now get the operation.
No.
They want men to get snipped instead of women getting their tubes tied.
It's more easily reversible than tubal ligation.
Coming from a woman.
Coming from a woman.
Coming from a woman. You know, it's better to get your nuts tied up.
No. That mess hurt. My brother did it.
They just go in there and snip the vas deferens, and
it's
that is
nothing.
it.
It's like
It's nothing.
episiotomy. It's nothing. They just snip down
It's
there.
nothing.
It's
I'm
like
sorry.
episiotomy. Just snip down there.
It's nothing.
Right.
Little teeny incision.
For
That's
lack of a better term, I'm gonna be spray painting all over the place rather than get snipped.
Listen. If we just say it out loud, right? When men get snipped, women get tied.
Mm-hmm.
One sounds a lot worse. I can tie my shoes, but I don't want to knit.
You know what?
Cut anything.
You know that was very good. That was a very good observation.
No, it wasn't. No, it wasn't. It was not.
It was great. Even Lee didn't
Oh
say
my
nothing about
gosh.
it
The
because it was so
vasectomy
good.
is a day procedure that takes little to no time.
What's the tubulization? What is that? How long is that? I think that's a day procedure too.
I don't think so.
I was there. Yes, it is because I was there. I went into the hospital with her when she did it. It was one day.
How long was
and it
she
wasn't
there?
even that.
Do they
It was
have to
like
cut you open? Don't they have to?
Now they lasered. They done.
Look at that. See, look, he went there with her. He took care of her. Men were supposed to take care of our women. So go ahead and get them tubes tied, and we got you.
You get a vasectomy, she gonna treat you like that. The dude that was in what's that movie? Diary of a Mad Black Woman, when she pushed him in the tub. Get a vasectomy, you can't walk. She gonna push you down the steps. You can't do nothing. No way. You ain't good for a week.
Look, the tubal ligation, you have a longer recovery
Oh,
time. No gooder.
So
with the vasectomy, you can go right back to work within a couple of days.
Those are mine.
Which one wasn't supposed to be?
Baby. That's a close call. The one in the middle, the baby girl.
Oh.
Yeah, y'all look kind of same.
Yeah.
You got a false negative.
Listen, I went twice. So I went down to the county and was like, hey. And then later I was like, wait a minute, this don't seem right.
Anybody claiming the baby?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, you can be dad from the sidelines.
No, I'm gonna be over here on the sidelines.
There you go. Well,
hey, I did my part. I was good.
Baby mom got a type.
Huh? No, that was a different. Wait. I'm gonna send this one to Daryl. It was a different woman. I had a type because evidently.
Let's see what we're gonna put here next.
I'm done with them. I can't do it.
Hey, well, Leanne, you can throw on some videos. I think she got some things to prove that tubalization is better than.
Oh my God!
Bro, I'm not doing
I'm looking at something right now. Vasectomy has a shorter recovery time. Men can return to work in a few days, where the tubal ligation can take up to 3 weeks.
Y'all soft.
Tubal ligation listen. Tubal ligation have more side effects than vasectomies.
Hey,
so
you know what I mean?
Yeah.
If you want that club to shot up, you gotta go through some things. So get them.
So let me ask you. Well, I'll wait till after the video.
Okay.
I ain't doing that.
The number one form.
But would you guys take a birth control pill?
No.
That is
yeah, I would.
Okay.
I would.
Let me let you into the secret. It's a vasectomy.
All right, she's talking all low and looking all scary. What is going on?
That's why we're not getting them.
Well, we got a video and they shooting into the balls. Out, turn it off. Out.
Blow it up.
What are they doing?
Blow it up, Lee.
What is he doing?
They're cutting the vas deferens.
A small portion of the vas deferens will be cut. Then the surgeon either seal or tie off the ends. Then the vas deferens will be returned back into the scrotum. Once the vasectomy
know what?
is completed, sperm made by the testes will no longer be able to reach the seminal fluid. This is a safe
So
and
you just
effective
got permanent
procedure
blue balls?
that is usually completed
No, you can
No.
still have an
You won't have
orgasm.
the sperm.
It's
You
just
still
no
come and stuff
sperm
like
in
that.
it. That's
Yeah.
all.
entirely.
It's just
and is
stop the
done while
sperm.
you're awake under local anesthesia.
Remember,
Yeah.
the cum
Now
is basically a
remember,
liquid that the
vasectomy does
sperm
not provide
rides in.
immediate protection against
You can
pregnancy
still
right
shoot
after
the club up.
Make sure you follow
Yeah,
all the
you'll
similar
still
analysis
come
and
and
the procedure to confirm that your semen does not
But
contain
you
your
have
semen just won't have any
reversals are possible, but not 100% guaranteed. Please consider that you do not want to
see,
father a child in the future
not
before
100%
getting a
guaranteed.
vasectomy.
It's not 100% guaranteed. That's what I did here too.
Is that what she was talking about, or was she talking about something else?
Yeah, she said that it wasn't 100.
They're
Oh, Leanne,
almost 100% effective.
that was
almost, right.
that was a
Almost.
vasectomy right
That's like,
there.
that's like condoms, but sometimes you get pregnant.
Exactly.
So tubal ligation, there is no pregnancy.
That's
100%.
not always true either. Some people have
I just
gotten
made that up.
pregnant after having their tubes tied.
Right, but it's a pregnancy in the tube, so they can't have it.
Hmm.
I just made that up too. I'm not sure.
But that's more dangerous for the woman. That's very dangerous.
If you don't want to have a baby, then it's going to work out. Going to work out, you know what I mean? So,
well, we all know that the only 100% thing is abstinence.
right, and that's boring.
It's taxing on the soul.
Yeah. that's almost relationship ending.
You said being in a relationship.
Abstinence
married.
means you're gonna be by yourself. And usually, if you both can't be practicing abstinence, usually what I see is only one person in a relationship practicing abstinence.
Wait a minute.
The person that don't want to practice.
No, I mean the other person's outside. They
Another
going somewhere else.
person outside having
right?
sex.
Yeah, they having sex somewhere else. Hey, you want to do abstinence? Okay. Cool. That is abstinent from me.
What Dave Chappelle said.
I'm
said
gonna be present somewhere else.
He said my wife didn't want to have sex before we got married, so I just knocked off a bunch of other girls until we got married. All right.
It sounds like a win-win. Everybody wins.
Everybody wins.
She doesn't have sex, and he just don't have sex at home. So they're both not 100%. We say that the tubal ligation leads to a longer recovery time.
Yes.
It's about 3 weeks? Okay.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, the baby's 9 months and 6 weeks. So we're still doing better if we're doing math. Like that 3 weeks is worth it. And I think as a man, I need to be at full strength. You know, I just need to be at full strength.
What does strength have to do with you getting a vasectomy?
I was about to say, this is the woman interrupting. So if I get cut, that's gonna weaken me. You know, I'm gonna be down. You know, it hurts. That day off, I got that day to take off. I got so I'm be weak that day. I need to be strong because say something happens that day, I won't be able to protect you.
Oh my God.
So if you got tubal ligation, I could protect you while you're down.
You tripping? I'm not cutting nothing.
No, not going for it. I don't know. I don't. Again, I guess you guys would have to make a decision on what is better. I just feel like
no.
They said women are stronger. You guys can handle pain. All that stuff.
You know what?
Yeah. You know what? Y'all got it.
Y'all got it.
All
Y'all
day.
got it. Right, Leanne? Y'all women are stronger. You handle pain. We give birth. You guys can handle it. You're right. Tubal ligation it is. We're trying to help out.
That's the other thing too, though. I think, and I'm not even sure about the laws or anything now, but I think you won't even get a doctor to do a tubal ligation unless you've already had children and you're a certain age.
I mean, that makes sense.
I've heard friends, tell me that they requested it after their first kid, and the doctor said no. Wait until you're such an age, or have another baby. Those kinds of things. I think there's some parameters around it Whereas with a vasectomy, you could just walk in the office and be like, "Yo,
I
cut
don't think
cut it,
I don't
cut it,
cut
cut
it,
it,
cut it.
cut it, cut it."
You better cut it. Cut it. Cut it. I think it goes both ways. All right, here we go. What we got here, Leanne? She looked like she's a liar.
Research today finds that there was an increase in sterilization procedures among young people ages 18 to 30 after the Supreme Court decision in Dobbs versus Jackson Women's Health Organization. That is the case that overturned Roe versus Wade. So the vertical line here in the chart above me is the Dobbs decision, and you can see that there was a significant increase in sterilizations after the decision, as well as the immediate period leading up to it. However, if you look at these lines, that light blue line is tubal sterilizations. So those are sterilizations in people with ovaries and a uterus. And the bottom line here is vasectomies. So that's sterilizations for penis havers. And what you see is that the number of tubal sterilizations increased far more than the number of vasectomies. And that increase has been sustained. So the number keeps going up significantly, whereas the increase in vasectomies has kind of leveled off, although it's still higher than it was previously. So what are the big takeaways from that? First of all, we're seeing that the burden of preventing pregnancy is still falling disproportionately on people with uteruses. However, one thing that is important to note is that historically, it's been really difficult for people who want tubal sterilizations to get them. So some of this increase is undoubtedly good. It means that there are people who really want sterilization procedures, and finally they're finding doctors who are willing to do it without the consent of their husband, which was the common practice for a long time. In some places it was the law, and some doctors still ask people to get their partner's permission before having that type of sterilization procedure. However, we also do know that some people are making contraceptive decisions they otherwise wouldn't because they're afraid to get pregnant in the states that they live in, now that many states have been allowed to ban abortion. That's something that I have reported on, and it's something a lot of experts remain concerned about, because while people who want to be sterilized should absolutely be able to have that choice, it's not a choice that someone should have to make under pressure, or just because they're afraid that they won't be able to get an abortion when they need one, or that they could die of pregnancy complications in a state where they can't receive good treatment. One final thing I want to add is that for a lot of people, tubal ligation is covered under their insurance because it's considered a preventive service under the Affordable Care Act that insurers have to cover, while vasectomies are not. And tubal ligation procedures are much more intensive. It's a more major surgery. They're more expensive. They're more difficult to recover from, and they're far more difficult to reverse if people want that. And some tubal procedures are not reversible at all. Whereas vasectomies are reversible, it's a much easier and cheaper procedure, and yet insurance coverage rules are incentivizing people to get that tubal ligation instead of the vasectomy, which is the easier and cheaper procedure in the first place.
Because men make those rules.
Okay.
So once their tubes are tied, they still can get pregnant, right? If you do like in vitro, correct?
Or intrauterine, if you do like an intrauterine fertilization, yes.
So if she wanted to get pregnant,
because you put it right into the womb.
Put it right in there, right? So you still can get pregnant after you do this. Okay, look, I'm not seeing the downside. It's paid for by insurance. We want to get pregnant, we can definitely still get pregnant. You know,
it's a much more complicated procedure to get pregnant, though, and it's more costly.
Well,
because you have to retrieve eggs, you got to retrieve sperm, you got to go in and get all these, the procedures done to do all that.
Right, but I think if you want the option to have the baby when you want to, then this is the way to go. Maybe you didn't want one at the time, and now you do. So now you have to pay a little extra, but you
instead of him just getting the easy vasectomy,
it costs more.
Saying, hey doc, we want to get pregnant.
It does not cost more.
It
does
costs
cost
less.
more.
It
does cost more because it's out of pocket, right? If my insurance is covering it, I pay my copay, and it's covered, as opposed to me paying the whole price out of pocket. So it costs more. Now maybe less in overall, but it costs more because you're paying for it without help.
Dun, dun, dun.
So even the medical industry is like, listen, you can pay to do this, but you got to pay all of it to get it done. I'm trying to help my family out. I got this copay all day.
Hence, keeping the burden on a woman.
Well, the burden is not on her, right?
It is
The
on
burden
her.
to tie her tubes is on her. That's her burden, right? Because she could say, hey, if you don't have a condom on, you can't get this pussy. She could say that, right? Or she could say, guess what? We're not doing it tonight. She could say that. So the burden to get that's the burden to get your club shot up. That's that burden. If she want her club to be assassinated, she needs to get this done. That's her choice. And she's free to do that, right? Just like a man can say, I want to be able to shoot the club up without anything, he'll just either put a condom on or, and then there's other things too, but it's like diaphragms and IEDs or aid, whatever it
Which
is.
are all still harmful to the woman. All of them have a level of complication.
So go put it on the shelf, then don't get none. I mean, what are we talking about here? Do it.
Wait, so you don't like the thing neither? Like, I mean, yeah.
They sound like they're complaining to me. Yeah, they're trying to ruin a good time. Sound like you're trying to ruin a good
She
time.
done picked everything except for saying, I don't want
everything but
D.
that.
Everything but that.
There's a lot of things that you can use. Like you said, I don't know anything wrong with what's wrong with a diaphragm? What's wrong with condoms? These things could work.
I'm not getting snipped. So
I don't see the point in it. First of all, it costs too much. It's not cost effective.
You know what?
I won't even snip my dog. That just
and if we see the trend, it's been steady with the vasectomies, but the tubal ligation, women are taking their own. It's power. I want women to have power.
You know what? Just be quiet.
Your body, your choice. Stay with me. Your body, your choice.
Your choice.
Nobody should decide what you do with your body but you. And if you want to tie those tubes up like your socks, get it. I'm like your sneakers, get it tied up. Okay. I agree. I think we're really seeing. Well, first of all, it's very interesting too that they said that. I wonder if it's vasectomy as well. Do both of them have to? I mean, did you have to alert your partner for both of them at one point in time? I know she said the tubal ligation before you did it, you had to talk to your partner or whatever.
You had to get permission from your partner.
Right. Did that go both ways? I wonder if the vasectomy was the same.
I would bet anything that it did not.
So if somebody knows, please write in. Somebody look that up for us.
Yes,
And then
I would be surprised if a man had to alert his wife to anything.
So I think my thing would be, why wouldn't you tell your partner that? I think that's.
I would think the only reason a man would get a vasectomy is if his partner requested it. I can't see any man saying just outright himself, I'm going to go get a vasectomy.
Right. So even a woman, why is a woman not telling the man, look, I'm doing this? Now I seen it on Tyler Perry. I seen what happened.
The answer is no.
To what? Men didn't have to tell.
No.
Men?
Yeah.
That's wild. I think both people. Again, let you not with anybody, and then when you get with somebody, you should let them know that. But I think a lot of people are doing it, like you said, because the states, you don't want to get pregnant by mistake, and then you can't do anything but happen. If I'm career driven, if I'm chasing a career or chasing something right now where the baby is not in the stars, then people are doing things not to have that baby. And I think it's great that women are protecting themselves, right? I do. I think it's great that they're saying, you know what, this is what I need to do so that, I'm not stuck in a situation that I don't want to be in. Now, it's interesting because they said as young as 18. That's interesting that you have an 18-year-old doing something that is irreversible, especially if they have none. That's, but like I said,
some people have always known that they didn't want kids.
So I'm cool with that. I'm cool with that. But what about the ones that say, you know what? Like I said, I'm doing it because I just don't want to have a baby right now. I'm chasing this job. I'm just trying to protect myself so I don't get in a situation where I get pregnant. I don't have any other options or try to go to another state. It's tough because like now your only option would be like, the in vitro or the intrautero or whatever other ways they could do it. So that takes, because like I said, tube ligation is unreversible, correct? Are all tube ligations unreversible? Are there some that can be, reversed? Just like vasectomies can be reversed, correct? But even then, we don't know how well. You see that little tube they snip there? That little tube is small. Like we can't. If we mess that tube up, we're done. So we might not want to do that. The tubes are a little bigger, a little easier to tie.
Did you know that the fallopian tubes can grow back after you remove them? I'm just kidding. The fallopian tube isn't like an octopus leg or the liver that can regenerate itself. Once you remove a fallopian tube, it cannot grow back. There are actually several different ways that we can do a tubal ligation. And I think that's where some of this misconception comes from, that it can fail, which it can. The first type of tubal ligations that we can do are called occlusive types. So what we're doing is really just disrupting the connection from the egg to the uterus. We can do this either with a little ring around the fallopian tube. We can do this with a clamp called a Hershey clip, or we can burn that connection. Because we're just occluding a part of the fallopian tube, these have the highest failure rate, but also are the easiest to reverse. The second type of tubal ligations that we do are called partial salpingectomies, where we're removing just a portion of the fallopian tube, usually by cutting and burning them. These can have a failure rate because these two separated ends can come back together and reform.
Sorry.
That was a perfect place to stop.
Very interesting.
Reform.
Very interesting. So so these first two seem like they have a failure rate.
So the body is so amazing.
It is. It's going to repair itself and be able to get done what it needs to get done.
I know my job. What you doing?
Form that canal. The third type of tubal ligation is a bilateral salpingectomy, where we're removing the entire fallopian tube. We do this for two reasons. One, it's the most effective form because you're removing the entire tube. There's nothing to come back together or fall off. And two, it's been shown that removing the fallopian tube may decrease the risk of certain ovarian cancers later in life. Because there's no fallopian tube at all, these are really non-reversible. You cannot put something back together that isn't there, but it has the lowest failure rate. So can a tubal ligation fail? Absolutely. But it's not because the fallopian tube regrew.
Okay. Interesting.
I'm good. So
you guys wouldn't get a vasectomy even if you had, like, say you were married and you had a bunch of kids and you reached your whatever chosen number of children you wanted, you wouldn't get a vasectomy so that you and your wife could party in the club all the time?
Right. I think that's is that what people start doing? It seemed like that jumped up crazy for women. Are they
not
doing
that
litigation so they can get the club shot up?
No, it was the result of Roe vs.
Right, because they want the club shot up. They try and get the club shot up. If not, then if they're practicing abstinence, then they wouldn't need it. So they're obviously doing it because they're doing it.
They're doing it.
So Vaughn, you said under no circumstances.
I'm not getting no.
No, again, I got to be at full strength. I told you I cannot.
No.
I
Never.
can't take a day off.
I told you I won't even clip my dogs. No.
No. And remember that picture? It was like they had to snip the sack, then they had to snip the ball, then they had to go in there, then they had to cut. It was a lot going on. It was too much.
That's too much. You playing around down there like
You got about 10 minutes?
That was not 10 minutes. The video was longer than talking about it's 10 minutes. No. They pulling stuff out. No. What? You have this pull-out game gonna be on 100. I'm sorry.
Now we know that doesn't always work.
Pull out king. Pull out
You know,
king.
pull out doesn't work because of the pre-juices flow sometimes have sperm in them.
Doc,
So
you're just being nasty at this point.
Listen, you're right. She see that. She had her finger. I don't know what the finger was. She was like the
Yeah.
pre-juices.
Yeah, Doc is just being
She had the pre-juices.
bro. Whenever she got them glasses on, you gotta watch it.
But she got a glass on. She Miss Jackson.
Is that what that is? Oh my lord! touchy over there. But no, I'll be. I listen, and I know my dad had twins at 50.
Wow.
So I know. But the lady was like 10 years. She was like 10 years younger than him. But still.
Still, twins at 40? Wow.
That's on him. She's 10 years. Oh, she was 40.
She was 40, he was 50.
The twins, they came out all right?
Yeah. My brothers are 13. They are 6'1", 230 pounds.
Wow.
They play sports?
They play football and something else.
Okay.
Yeah.
Some big boys. So.
Huge. Not doing it. So I already know the potential is still there.
But dad in his 60s with 13-year-olds.
Yeah, my dad is like an athlete. My dad's an athlete, so
Okay.
He's still out there
So
with him.
He keeping up with him.
Yeah, my dad was football player, all of that. Yeah.
Okay. Wow.
Yeah.
That's very interesting.
Yeah, I don't see the point. I just don't see the point. And when women get the tubes tied, yeah, your body changes, your everything, your chemicals, all of that stuff changes.
Oh, I didn't think about that.
You get a whole different person walks back. In a couple of months, you're dealing with somebody you do not know. You gotta
because they're mentally.
That's what I'm saying.
Knowing that you can't do it anymore, could that play an effect on a woman? Like she can't now.
Oh yes, for sure.
See, it sounds bad.
It sounds bad.
Sounds bad. Just I like the hope and pray method.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
The wait till she bleeds method again. Like those methods are good methods to go by.
Yeah, they're foolproof.
Right.
Either work or they don't.
You got but you can do the calendar method. You can find out when she's ovulating and know not to do it on these days. You can do it.
We got like another 10, 15 good years left in this, maybe 10, something like that. Like eventually men slow down. So you ain't gotta worry about it too much. You know what I'm saying? It's just every now and then it could be a problem. It could be a problem every now and then. So
slow down and the pull out game get worse. Like, oh wait, I can't.
But I don't know who's pulling out. I don't know what that's for losers. I don't know, but it seemed like a couple of them failed. A lot of things she said failed. You know,
they don't work.
You know, they could reverse themselves, or they could just end up failing. So, that would be tough.
I had a friend who went through that.
Word.
Thought she had her tubes tied.
Okay.
And wound up getting pregnant, but the baby was stuck. And I believe the tube or something of that nature. Yeah.
So what do they do?
Very dangerous.
What do they do with that? You have to remove the baby, terminate the pregnancy, or how do they handle that?
I believe you have to remove the baby, terminate the pregnancy.
Okay.
And go from there.
Wow.
It was a girl we went to school with. She fell asleep. She went to sleep, and she passed to her sleep. We didn't know that she had a pregnancy in her tube.
Wow.
And she passed away.
From the pregnancy?
From the pregnancy, yeah.
Wow.
Nobody knew them.
What made it?
I don't know the exact terminologies or whatever. That's the first time I had ever heard of it, and I was young. So this is.
I heard that's usually people with small penises because they can't shoot it to the right place.
You know what? Oh my goodness.
Nah, this was crazy though, because she was young. She was only like 20.
Oh dang. It's a shame.
Yeah. That was
No
wild.
pain or anything. Well, I guess
She just went to sleep.
Right.
And it
What did it
ruptures.
do?
I think it like ruptures in the tube or whatever.
Okay.
So I don't know if it's toxic or if they bleed out.
Poison through out or they bleed out. Right.
Mm.
That's crazy. And you don't really have any signs of that, right? You don't know if unless you go to a doctor, you wouldn't know.
Well, if you don't know what to look for, you could think it's something else.
Well, but I mean, this girl looked like it was nothing to look for. It looked like she, you know what I mean?
She just put to bed. She was in her
Yeah,
regular.
yeah, she didn't know. Yeah, that's so sad.
Yep. So.
And but she didn't have her tubes tied. No, she just had the. Okay, just spread. Okay.
Yeah, because it can rupture.
So I don't know. You know what I'm thinking about? Are there any side effects to either one of these? You know, like if you get a vasectomy, does that mess with your erection or mess with anything? Or tube ligation, does it do? Like I said, does it throw off your body chemistry? I don't know.
Yes,
hormones made.
Your sperm don't go out, right? So if it's produced, it's just there. It's just there.
That I don't know. But I
See,
know
so
it produces itself. Yeah, but it doesn't shoot out. So you're right. It has to be somewhere. I don't know enough about
permanent blue balls.
No, don't they stop it from even forming?
Oh,
so why would I want to do that to myself? That sounds crazy.
Like that's like Samson, and I have all my strength going because I don't have my hair.
You know what?
Yep, exactly. I'm good.
I don't know. Yeah, we might need to figure that out. Like what? So I can't even say it. Like this is close and personal to my heart. This is tough. This is tough to discuss.
The testicles continue to produce sperm.
Okay.
It just doesn't reach the semen.
So where does it go? So you just
good question.
The body absorbs the sperm cells that die.
So I'm
just eat right. I'm just eat.
You know what?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, I'm out. I'm out on that note. I'm not.
Tap out. I gotta tap
I'm not
out.
participating in none of that. If I find out I gotta come in myself.
No.
Oh my gosh.
You got 200 billion soldiers ready to march. Y'all just kill them off.
So I guess so they die and you just absorb it back into your body. I guess it must be fine because people are doing it.
I mean, we have other cells in our body that die and are just replaced and reabsorbed.
This is cum is different. Semen. Well, not semen.
What?
The actual sperm. Sperm is different. I don't know. It's different.
I guess. Yeah. So y'all can keep all of that.
Yeah. I'm out for me. Yeah, these guys, you didn't. If I thought what I was thinking about it, I'm not anymore. Yeah, I'm not gonna do that. Yeah. So it died. So with women, what happens? Are the eggs still produced, but they just don't go out? What happens with that? Do they still have a cycle? What happens? Do they have to take hormones now? Does it change anything in their body since it's not? I guess this cycle isn't happening anymore, right? That I can think of. You got a video, Lee? So I really wonder more about some of the,
Y'all over here doing science experiments and Frankenstein and people nuts.
Well, I mean, it must be whatever it is. Must be kind of okay. It's been going on for a while. There's nothing new. So they probably have it down to a science. So the answers are out there. Just right now, I'm very ignorant to all of this, and I can't really even think because my nuts hurt right now.
You know what?
They're like they hurt just thinking about this. I don't understand who even wanted to talk about this. Oh wait, go to vasectomy regrets. Up one, Lee.
Hey, Dr. Kentele here, board certified urologist in South Carolina. I want to talk about vasectomy failure. So let's
Okay.
start this conversation by emphasizing that you should get a semen analysis after your vasectomy to confirm that there are no sperm left in the system or no swimmers in the pipes, as I like to say. So that's point one. So there are two ways that a vasectomy could fail. One is the sperm simply never go away. This is easy to catch because this is why we get the sample. So it's a technical failure. We may not have totally occluded or blocked a vas, resulting in the persistent sperm. So this is why we do the sample to
Go
catch
back
this.
in.
This is rare, but it does happen. The second is a little bit more challenging, and this is what we call recanalization, meaning that you have a sample that shows that there are no sperm left, and yet later have a pregnancy or have sperm show up. We believe this is caused by, like I said, a process called recanalization, where two ends find their way back together and form what we call a lumen or a tube where the sperm can travel through. This is extremely rare, at most 1 in 2,000 cases, but it does happen. So the first, like I said, is relatively easy to catch. And this is that the sperm simply never go away. This is why we get a semen analysis. The second, recanalization, meaning that you get a sample that shows no sperm and later have a pregnancy, is rare, but possibly could happen. But once again, I want to emphasize the rare nature, 1 in 2 to 3,000 at most.
Okay. So sometimes you have some persistent swimmers that just stick around.
But he said, yeah, it doesn't seem like I want to do it. All these failures, it just fails all over.
He said go back in.
Yes, then you got to go back in and do it again if it's not working. And those numbers are high. I mean, 1 in 2,000.
That's
like
a high.
That's like everybody is failing. That's like everybody. Like, so I don't listen. That's cool.
Oh my gosh.
So it's 1 in 2,000. That could be you. You could be that one. 100% of one. 100% of ones fail. 100% of the ones fail. We don't want to be 100%.
I'll tell you.
Can you see the one with regret? Yes, because I regret this already.
So how often do men regret getting a vasectomy? So a vasectomy is a procedure where the urologist creates an interruption in the vas deferens transports. It is a very effective means of male sterilization or male birth control. It appears that somewhere between 6 and 7% of men will seek a consultation for a vasectomy reversal. The most common reason for seeking a reversal will be the end of their current relationship and entering a new relationship where they wish to have children with their new partner. So if you look at this, this is about the same rate of regret that women experience with tubal ligation. Interestingly, men who do not have children at the time they get a vasectomy don't seem to have higher rates of regret than those who already have children. This is a very effective and simple means of birth control that needs to be well considered, as it is permanent and isn't always easy or inexpensive to reverse. So how do men regret getting?
See, not easily reversed, very expensive. I mean, the regret is the same between tubal ligation and vasectomy. We might as well lean to the vasectomy, to the tubal ligation.
Yes, Daryl. Yes.
Lean to the tubal ligation. I think we should take the vasectomy off the table.
You said it right the first time.
I made a mistake. Words interchanged. No, I really feel like women should just, it's their body, their choice, and I want them to have a choice on what they do. And either they're gonna take these raw joints to a club that got people there to be filled, or they're gonna take this and ain't gonna be nobody in that club. That club's gonna be empty. You can shoot up an empty club all day. So,
I don't know. Either one don't seem like it's a smart idea.
Okay.
Because you have a lot of medical issues with it. If you're married, you don't want to have no more kids. Married people don't do it like that all the time anyway. You just gotta know the cycle and know when to do it and when not to. If your birthday fall on this day, bro, you ain't getting none because that's it.
Ovulation schedule linked up with your birthday.
Yeah, you're gonna have to wait till next birthday.
So that is real. That is real. Both people don't do it. But that other medical procedure that lasts 9 months could derail her for 9 months, and then she gets 6 weeks after that, and then for 18 years you got to deal with that. So it may behoove some people to look into this. And I do think that we should. Well, see, that's the problem too. If people start doing this at a higher rate, do we think that STDs and things of that nature will go even more through the roof?
No accountability.
Right? I think because right now, even pregnancy really is the only real thing I think that kind of makes people kind of not do things sometimes. Maybe possible. The ability, like, she might get. That might make you think of something. But if you're taking all that off the table, then you have no worries. And what do you have to stop for? Like, what do you have to think about? Like, oh, you good? They tied up, or I'm snipped. I can't. Oh, we in here party all the time. So I think, it might be one of them things that are a gift and a curse. Like, hey, look, you know what? People can kind of control when they have children now better because you don't have to worry about this, that, or next. But then, like I said, if you leave one relationship and you already snipped or your tubes are tied, the next relationship you're gonna jump into, you might not force somebody to do something because you're not worried about getting pregnant.
Marie Hardy says, "I be that one who get pregnant." She also says, "We choose men to get snipped. We are already giving birth."
Right. So we're gonna give you all of that. We're gonna let you have all of that. Right. Birthing responsibilities, all yours. There you go. You guys say we never let you do anything. Here. You make the decision with you. Again, it's your body, your choice. I really believe she should make the choice on how she want her club. It's her club. She can set that club up any way she want to set it up. So, I guess I think each relationship you gotta find out what works for you. And do we know how much? Last question. Do we know how much that it costs for a vasectomy since it's all out of pocket? Did we see any
about
cost?
$1,000?
Leanne, most people don't have $1,000 laying around.
Especially $1,000 to cut thing.
They got $1,000 to go to the club.
No, they don't.
To the strip club.
Ain't no club.
To go on vacation.
That's for us. A vacation for us. You know what I'm saying? But see, now look, they're really making it not advertising for men. They're not making advertising for men at that point. If you're telling me it's $1,000 to do this, what do we? How many men are really gonna say I'm gonna pay $1,000 to be tortured? That makes it. I see why women are doing it at a much higher rate, because if you can do it with your insurance paying for it, and you have to pay a copay of $45, I think that's a no-brainer for you. It's like, okay, what does it cost so much I can get it done, as opposed to a man who's saying I gotta get up $1,000 to get cut. That's tough. So it doesn't even seem like it. They're making it appetizing to men
because it's not.
No, like Doc said, I believe that the laws are made by men. The rules are made by men, so they're definitely going to do things and not have to take the responsibility. The thing about if you're in a home, you're like, look, all right, what should we do? Oh, it's $1,000. Well, we can't, but yours is 45. We're gonna do yours. It's 45. I mean, that's a family decision. To save money. That keeps money in the house. That keeps money in the house. But we have 900 and six? I can't do the math that fast. Sorry. We have money in the house, so I can see it going that way. All in all, I think that paternity is crazy. You do need to. I think they do need to pass something where it helps everybody out, so it takes it off your plate to say, look, this is the law in this state. This is mandatory, right? Then that takes it off of the individual and like, look, this is what we have to do so everybody can get it done, and we'll know who is the father. We won't run into this issue as much where you know, where kids are growing up and parents are believing that they're the parent and they're not. So I definitely believe that some type of mandatory thing should be put in place for that reason. Then then you can't be offended because everybody does it. You know,
Right.
right. I don't think it hurts. Any other last words?
Is it required when you're requesting child support, or you can just say because he signed the birth certificate or he's the presumed father that he has to pay child support?
So what I feel it's right now, state to state. New Jersey is one that once you sign the birth certificate, that child becomes yours.
Yours.
Now, if there's no paternity, right? When you could, there's no paternity. Say you didn't sign a birth certificate, and you know the baby's here, and you're saying it's Ted's, and he's like whatever. If there's no paternity, you can request it, but you still have to pay for it in New Jersey.
Okay.
Yeah, I know you have to pay for it, and that becomes sometimes problematic, especially if I think it's a couple dollars too. I think it's like $500, something like that. It's a couple dollars. I remember seeing it. That could be problematic too if I'm on I can't afford $500 for a test. So now what do you do at that point?
Do you take it and they bill you? So if the baby turns out not to be yours, he gets charged for it.
Oh, really? Okay.
Wow.
Okay, good. I'm like, how would you? Sometimes you can't afford it. What can you do? So you're saying that you take the test. If the baby's not yours, then you pay for the test.
If the baby's not you take the test, and then after that, if it's not yours, she's billed. She's billed for it.
Oh wow. Okay.
Really?
Interesting.
Yep.
That is very interesting.
I've never gotten a bill.
Okay.
Okay, so he knows for sure. Okay, cool. So that's very interesting. That's good to know because I mean they do need a way to sometimes listen. I say, look, just go out there, get a test. It's not going to hurt you. It break your relationship up, but it may say you 18 years of rearing a child.
It ain't 18 years. It's for however long that child is in your presence. Because even after they turn 18, they be around. But if
they're not yours, then you can say goodbye.
Yeah, but I found out from when I went to court, and I went to court for my son and my daughter, and when I was leaving, they said you have another case. I said no, I don't. They was like this one, blah 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 blah, and they started reading it, and then they apologized, and they said, "Oh, I'm sorry. This turned out not to be your daughter."
Oh wow.
I said, "Yeah, don't do that again." Like she was waiting. She was like, "Oh, really? You got another one?" No, I don't. And our system in Jersey is bad because in Jersey I had to go to Camden because they were like, "I only have 2 children. You have a $10,000 child support." I was like, "No, I don't." I had to go to Camden, and she filed one in Camden that never was paid, and then one in Burlington County that was paid. So for the same, So I was like, "Nah, y'all got to fix that." And it was crazy. My situation was bad all the way around.
Oh, that looks like you shoot the club up too much. But
I was going to say,
only
you
2 times. That was 2 times.
partying.
It was the same. It was 2 times. That's it.
That's what they all say. But we want to thank you guys for joining us this week.
Hold on.
Okay.
Maria Hardy says, "So Daryl, are you getting snipped?" She says,
"No, not at all.
It's law in China. You can only have one child."
Oh, it's down to 1? Wow. No, it might be different. It might be down to 1. Maybe their thing came up. No, I'm not giving snipped. I'm giving raw. Okay. So
shooting everybody. Sniper.
No, but is that all? Are we all caught up over there, Leanne?
You go to Murray. When it was we're done.
Now shout out everybody. Then we go to Murray. Okay, Maury. Okay.
Y'all wild.
That was it.
Yeah.
We good.
Okay. So, hey, We thank you. Boogie, please. It's ridiculous. We want to thank everybody for joining us this week. We had a serious discussion on paternity and vasectomies and
I don't know about serious.
It was very serious.
It's very serious.
Leanne, stop. These are serious issues, and we're here to attack the serious issues of today. And as you saw, we laid out a great argument for both. You do what's best for you. We want to thank you guys for joining us this week. Please like, subscribe, share. Keep going to the YouTube. Keep watching the videos. Please continue to post in the Nothing But Answers room on Facebook, the Facebook group. You keep adding your friends. We're learning so much about you guys. You guys are all law. We see it in your comments, but we like it. That's it. I'm going to thank everybody for joining us. We're going to say goodnight.
All the whispering has stopped. Okay, bye.
Just hit the button.